apologize for all of us who have this crazy comedy relationship. We all know each other so inside and out that, same thing, just like us. So you guys know who I feel sorry for?
Who's that?
I feel sorry for any real life guy named Jake who works at State Farm. Doesn't his life suck every day? How many times did his dumbass buddies text him, "What are you wearing?" You sound idiots, don't come. And this guy can't wear khakis ever again for the rest of his life anywhere, right? So I have a child, I want to have a child. In the younger crowd, why not? But mine's a handful, so I got her all signed up for summer camp. And it's cool though, it's like they're sailing and doing shit I can't afford, so it's cool. And the director calls me. And she's like, we just need to clear up a couple things on your application. Alright? Yeah, here where it says, what to do if your child gets homesick, you put, give her a Benadryl. And yeah, that's what we do. She said, okay, most people put call home. Oh, genius, let's do that. Okay, well here where it says who has permissions to pick up your child from camp, you put mom, dad, and Uber. Oh yeah, that stays, because let's face it, that's gonna happen. I'm a huge Uber fan. You guys Uber fan?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I take it everywhere. Uber, Uber has revolutionized my alcoholism. Just last weekend, hanging out at the bars, invited our Uber driver to come party with us. And of course he doesn't because he's driving for his job. Except that he does. And so 10 minutes later, 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, and I shit you not, by the end of the night, I Ubered home my Uber driver at my expense. And I'll tell you the strangest place I've ever Ubered, and that's a funeral. But this is why. Because I was already drinking. And because it's with the family, you don't want to see them, you don't want to run into them. They wear jeans to the wedding. It's their wedding, So here we are at this funeral, and we take our seats, and Comfortably Numb starts playing on the loudspeaker. Pink Floyd was her favorite band, and that's the song they went with. We all know it, but do me a favor and play it on your way home. Listen to the words. There's nobody in there. Imagine a dead body right here, Play that whole song too. Yeah, and if, that's not bad enough, my cousin checked in to the funeral on Facebook. And she tagged me. And she said, "Hi, I'm with Amber at Hip and Steel Funeral Home. Sad face emoji." But I don't know. They are my weird side, but we're their weird side too, right? And I just feel like I'm a little more discreet about how weird I am. Like when my daughter wanted to print some pictures out to decorate a room, I had never done that. We went to the little Walgreens kiosk there, and she says, "Okay, Mom, it's super easy. All you have to do is plug in your phone, and then all your pictures show up on this big screen here." I had to look at my child. Joke, right? I had to look at my child in the eyes for real and say, "Yeah, I can't do that." And so it was horrible. She, instantly horrified, knows exactly what it means. It really got me thinking. For as many body image issues as women have, and we all do, why do we have so many nudie pics on our phones? I don't know, but we all do. Every woman in here has at least 3 pictures of her tits in her camera roll right now. I think that's what's hard for men to understand, not necessarily that we have them, but we have so many. Because they have only one. Come on, it matters. It matters, it does. If someone has ever told you it doesn't, they're lying or have a small. Yeah, so, are you guys voting? Did everybody vote? Everybody do all that? Yeah. This election has cracked me up because it's the strangest one I've ever been. It's just so weird. This election has reminded me, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've all been there, is this not the worst student council high school election you've ever had to sit through in your whole life? Okay, I'll vote for whoever lets me eat rectangle sausage pizza every day. I don't care. Yeah, and I did read a thing that said they're not really concerned about the environment because people, they're not talking about it, and I haven't heard of it, but people don't care. They care about employment and, stuff, and so they haven't addressed the environment as much because people don't care, but I do care. Last week I was on vacation, and I was on this pristine, lovely, sandy white beach. And these people were sitting next to us, probably 4 or 5 of them on a blanket, eating chicken wings, and then just throwing the bones in the sand. We're all watching this, I'm like, nobody's saying anything, so I thought, should I do it? Yes. Should I be the representative to say what we're all thinking, right? And so for some reason Wonder Woman came out, and I did. And I just stood up and looked at him, and I'm like, hey! Where'd you get them wings? You know what, you guys? Tonight is a night for me. Tonight is the anniversary of when my father died. And he would love that I'm on stage right now. So I thought, if it's okay with you, I would share a little story about him that brought a laugh to my face. Because when you lose someone, as you all know, that date becomes something that you remember, and most often sad because you miss them. But sometimes you get a day where you laugh your ass off because you were just happy you got to know them, right? Yeah. And today was that day for me. So I was laughing at this story earlier, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to just tell it if they don't care. You guys care? High school, 80s. Picture it. So I'm at this boy's house who I have a major crush on, and it took a long time to get that invite to his house. Girls know it took a lot of work, a lot of bend and snap, a lot of stuff goes in to get into this house. And so there I am. And he lives in the country with this long winding driveway, and out of nowhere I hear the rumble of what I think is a 1979 maroon Thunderbird named Betsy with no muffler. Also, it was my mom's car. And it gets louder and louder and louder. That's her. So, I can't even imagine why she's interrupting this. I'm not in trouble, nothing's going on. So, I expect tears or whatever. She knocks on the door. I look at her, expecting to have to console her or whatever. And she says, get in the car, Dad's in jail. Okay, I'll be it. I didn't date that boy anymore after that. Why? And so we get in the car. My father had been arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol while going to get my mom's pizza for dinner. No alcohol, Mom, Dad, hammered. He goes to get the pizza. Back in those days, too, mind you, there was no sleeping it off. You just went to the jail, you paid the money, and you got them out, So when we pass our road, I realize my mom's making me go with her. Like, I'm going to the jail. She's like, I want to go by myself, And so we go get my dad out of jail. They argue all the way home. When we get home, they argue some more. I go to my room because I have to plan my PR statement for high school the next day. You know, and I don't know, what am I going to say? I'm in jail. Phone rings. They're too busy arguing to answer it. Back in those days, I'm not talking cell phone, landline, and answering machines were still a couple years away yet in popularity. So I answer the damn phone, and I hear, "Hey, Amber, tell Dad to come and get me. I'm in jail." My brother, who was arrested for the same charge. So, literally 30 minutes after getting my dad from jail, my mom went to get my brother out of jail. And guess what? She went by herself because she knew the drill. And so they ended up getting some jail time and had a great time. They were bunk mates and they have stories from jail that they had so much fun, you know. And then they had to take a substance abuse class. They had to pass it. And my dad would think that this was real. You know, he'd be like, "I'd love to come over, but on Tuesday I got class." And I would always correct him. I'm like, "Dad, you got substance abuse class. You're not taking college classes or nothing. You have jail class," you know. Because I always really wanted to drive home that point because he would act like that. He was proud of it. One day, and it was a few weeks, the class was a few weeks, and so a few weeks later, I'm driving down my road with my new boyfriend and his parents who desperately want to impress. I want them to like me. And so we're going down, and right at my house, a piece of the siding of my house is gone off of it on the ground. There's about 30 beer cans on top of it. And my dad and my brother are just drunk as hell, laughing as shit, you know, on the side of this house. Looked horrible. So I'm like, we're just gonna sneak in. They aren't gonna see us. And then I hear, "Amber!" That's my dad. He goes, "Hey, I just thought you might like to know that both Jay and I passed our substance abuse class." And I got 1 point higher on the final than he did. And probably, and so, you know, they never really liked me, I don't know why. But probably you think that's the most pathetic, pitiful part, but it's not. Because the teacher of that substance abuse class is now my mother-in-law. So this means that my mother lit the unity candle at my wedding with the woman on whose comment card she wrote, "No, I would not recommend you for counseling services. No, you did not help them at all. They are both still drunks, and I had to miss half a Matlock to come down there and pick them up." That's it. That's it. Thank you.